In an interconference showdown. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And Clark, tonight we have an incredible matchup at the guard position. What do you think we'll see?
Well, both of these guys are outstanding scorers, and they get their own shot rather easily, so that'll be fun to watch. And not only can they get their own shot, but they're both good at creating for others as well. So I tell you what, this could be a doozy, Kevin. This could really be a lot of fun to watch.
And now Washington starting group. Beal and Porter at the 2 and the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the point. Gordon with it. Now guarded by Gortat. Gordon a screen. Shoots off the screen. Harden, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
There's a screen by Gortat. There's the pick. Here's Wall. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Wall's got the game going here with the first basket for the Wizards. Harden kicks to Capella. Ariza outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You must stay with the reason when the screen is being set, Kevin. I mean, he knows how to capitalize in these situations.
Porter passes to Wall. That 3 off the mark. Washington on D. Outside Gordon. Harden outside. There's the triple. Harden missing again.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Now Morris. James Harden missing on the 3. Morris with the bucket.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
The defense just gave him that one, and you talk about starting on a high note. Didn't seem to respect his mid-range J there.
A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Outstanding presence of mind. Harden is constantly looking for the open shooter.
Wall dishes to Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. Shoots over Tucker. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Harden kicks to Capella. Pass to Ariza. From deep. Again, the miss by Harden.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Gortat. Good work defensively by Capella.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Gordon, Gortat with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike D'Antoni. He said in the first meeting between these teams, his guys weren't as sharp as they needed to be offensively. And he thinks that cost them the game. He told me, if we take care of the basketball and execute in the half court like I know we're capable of, it puts us in a good position to win tonight. Well, we'll see if that holds true tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thank you. Sounds like shooting is what he's concerned with most early on.
Yeah, they're looking for a controlled, patient offense today. And the key to that will be shot selection.
And, you know, if that's where they're focused on effective shooting, they'd be really smart to get it inside as much as possible. Get those high-quality looks in the paint area.
For Washington, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And Wall kicks to Morris. Shoots over Tucker. Morris passes to Beal. Just 5 to shoot. Morris with the screen for Porter. Shoots over Tucker. And the shot falls short this time.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Shot to end this cold run. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Tucker's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Rockets. You know, Clark, for all the talk of Russell Westbrook he had with his triple-doubles in the record-setting season, James Harden was a force in that department as well. Second in the league in scoring and in triple-doubles. It was just a huge part of why he had such a claim to the MVP award.
Well, you know what? Harden was fantastic and had a phenomenal year, a record-setting type individual performance for Harden. But as hard as he worked, still not quite enough to get to the top of the MVP ladder.
Now, here is Morris. Following the miss by Trevor Ariza. The kick out to Wall. The Wizards with another miss.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
There's a good screen. And Tucker has it in the corner. Ariza outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And how about the career progression of Trevor Ariza? You know, he came into this league somewhat as an energy player who, you know, obviously could attack the rim. Now he's one of those guys who's primarily a 3-and-D component.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. For Ariza, his first few years in the NBA, over half his shots came within a few feet of the rim. Greg, now over 2/3 of his shots are from beyond the arc.
And that's just how it goes for some players in the NBA. Ariza still, he has some bursts to finish at the rim, but has turned himself into a deep threat, and he's always been a presence with his defense as well.
Ariza hits them both.
Yeah, you chronicle the career of Trevor Ariza. You know, he came into the league primarily as a slasher and transition scorer and a good defender. He's done a nice job reinventing his game as he's gotten older. And now he's much more of a 3-and-D type player, impacting both ends of the floor.
Inside, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Now, here is Gortat. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Out to Morris. They need this, and they pick up 2. And Ariza is certainly, Clark, of the 3-and-D mold as a veteran. That is often what players on the perimeter need to do as their athleticism starts to decline.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ariza can still run the floor and occasionally punch it down on you. There's no question about that. You know, it's just now the bulk of his contributions come off knocking down threes. He's had a very long and productive career and has really done a nice job of adapting to whatever his team needs from him.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That's on Marcin Gortat.
And, you know, Trevor Ariza continues to have an impact on both ends, guys. An amazing defender and an excellent shooter, too. Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Ariza. Clark, looking across the NBA landscape, which post players do you see as the most physically dominant in the league right now?
Well, if you talk about physically dominant, there are a number of guys that fall into that category, but I would add this caveat. Who's physically dominant and most skilled? That's DeMarcus Cousins. Marc Gasol is similar because of his skill set. Drummond is an animal and a beast because of his rebounding and strength and athleticism. DeAndre Jordan, much the same, but skill and physicality, DeMarcus Cousins gets my vote.
Now here's Beal. Back to Scott. Over Mbamute. Scott, good.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Harden against Frazier. Harden kicks to Mbamute. The three-pointer, no good. Wizards trail by 6. Frazier outside. Beal dishes to Scott. Now the pass to Frazier. And it's Beal in the corner. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Beal's got 5 points so far.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Green kicks to Harden. It's Ariza on the wing. Ariza with another miss. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Oubre. And it's good, 2 points. Now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And the wide open shot from Green. Hits the three-point bomb. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Frazier kicks to Beal. Frazier outside. Tries a 3, and again, Washington with the triple.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Green. Anderson outside. Over in the corner, Mbamute tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Beal with it. He's picked up by Ariza. That gives them the lead. Oubre's got his second bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Anderson, a screen on Morris. Harden's shot is good.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Frazier outside. From past the arc, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Harden the pass to Anderson. Outside, Green. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Green's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Washington's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Harden against Frazier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on James Harden. And you watch the way the Rockets play, Clark, a little bit of 7 seconds or less, certainly from their coach, Mike D'Antoni. Green lights to shoot from anywhere. Just attractive basketball. A lot of fun to watch. Clark, just how much fun is it to play in a team like that?
Well, I would think it would be the ideal way to play. Everybody's sharing the ball. There's plenty of possessions and opportunities. It's up and down trend. I mean, I think it's the way the game is intended to be played. And there's a reason why Houston has done a great job of signing players the last few seasons, and part of it is their style and the chemistry the team seems to have in playing the way they do.
Free throw good, Frazier. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt. But they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden. The Wizards have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. That free throw, no good.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And he sinks the second. This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
So it's Washington now after the miss from Joe Johnson, and they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
Well, he knew he was going to get called for that one. I mean, that was simple. You can't use the guy in front of you as a stepping stool.
Gordon a screen. Green dishes to Anderson. Houston moving it around. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Now here's Frazier. 8 points for him from 15 feet away, and a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Wizards lead by 4.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, and you know, it looks effortless, easy, silky smooth, textbook shooting form. Man, that's nice.
Over to the left wing. Oubre, good. Gordon. That one, no good. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that makes it tough for teams to score in the paint. I think we can be a very great team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here in how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Gordon, Luke Mbamute out there with Johnson. Then there's Ryan Anderson, and it's Green in at the 1. So it's Washington now after the Rockets pick up 3. Here's Mahinmi, and Washington again with the bucket.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Johnson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Over Mahinmi. Anderson's shot is off. Wizards leading by 4. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Scott kicks to Frazier. Oubre, no one around him. Good, great play set up by Frazier. And 12 points for Kelly Oubre.
Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
Pass to Johnson. Anderson the screen. With some arc. Here's Gordon. Washington with the rebound.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, "Hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher." And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before. But the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more. And that's an example of it right there.
It's stolen by Green. Scott pulls it in. Washington leading now by 5. Frazier kicks to Scott. Satoransky the pass to Mahimi. Over Anderson. And another miss by Washington. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. On the wing, Gordon. Back to Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Satoransky gets the bucket.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there. He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Scott dishes to Frazier. They set the pick. Back to Scott. 6 to shoot. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 4 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 7. Johnson kicks to Anderson. There's the dish to Gordon. Anderson with the screen for Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
The Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Johnson outside. Over Oubre. Got a hand on it. Out to the right wing. Down low. Scott. Rockets with the rebound.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting them, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Frazier against Green. Green with the block. And they get it back. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body. So some free throws coming up right now. And Clark, when you look around the league today, is there a player that you watched and think, hey, yeah, that reminds me of how I used to play?
There are a number of guys that come to mind a little bit. Tobias Harris is an outstanding player, terrific young player and young man. Has a game similar to mine in that he's really versatile, does a lot of things well, not super flashy, but very productive. He comes to mind right off the top of my head currently.
And that one misses. And you ask any Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of their franchise is, and they all say Akeem Olajuwon. Clark, you played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he? And what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Boy, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets, and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, a presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Akeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Joe Johnson. And a change for the Wizards. Beal's checked in. In the corner, Harden. Green kicks it to Tucker. It's Ariza on the wing. Capella with a screen on Porter. Trying to get back on track. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Ariza.
And, you know, the energy Ariza possesses, impressive, fabulous at converting despite getting bodied up.
Here's Morris. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
First one falls for him.
And you know, Kevin, there is no question about what this Rockets team wants to do. Shoot threes and drive it to the goal. Last in the league in mid-range jumpers by a long shot.
And Morris drops them both. And to give some more data on the Rockets and their threes, about 46% of their shots last season were from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and you know what? The Rockets are a firm believer in advanced analytics, which tilt the balance towards the three-point shot. And that's been a real driving force for why this team values the three as much as they do. And just another side note, that was an NBA record in terms of three-point shooting volume by the Rockets last season.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wall's got 7 points in the game.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
And here's Harden for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Harden's got a pair of triples in the second now for Houston. It's Beal on the wing. Gortat, the pass to Beal. 18 feet out. Ariza with the rebound. Rockets trail by 8. Outside, Green. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Now here's Beal. He's got 5. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 7 points in the game.
Man, you like the intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
Capella sets a screen for Ariza. Ball's knocked loose. Gortat with the steal. And it's Beal in the corner. Morris a screen. Goes up at the stripe. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Green kicks to Harden. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And 11 points for James Harden.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Rockets trail by 6. Ariza kicks to Harden. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And you know about Harden shooting and his ability to get to the line and all that, but you know, Clark, what some people don't realize is just how fast he's going end to end. I mean, he can just blow by players in the open floor.
Yeah, he's got deceptive speed, Kevin, and part of that is how he's worked to change his body from his college days at Arizona State to who he is in the NBA. He slimmed down a bit, but he still has that strength and that barrel-chestedness that allows him to play so well through contact. But you're right, his speed is lethal and deceptive.
And he knocks down the first one.
You really got to appreciate how smart Harden is. Incredible at changing pace and gears quickly. Keeps the defense very much off balance.
And so he hits both. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever. Documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high schooler.
Here's Morris. And just miss after miss right now. The Rockets trail. Left side Ariza. Feeds it to Green. Screen by Capella. Green kicks to Capella. 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot up. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And for the Rockets, they're shooting 43% from the field. Houston moving it around. Harden dishes to Tucker. Passes it to Green. Capella kicks to Harden. Capella with a screen on Wall. Here is Wall. He's got 7. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Here's Beal. The putback. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. In the corner, Harden. Screen by Capella. It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Beal can't get it to go.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Morris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
For Washington, they have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And the first one drops. Gordon's checked in for the Rockets. And Morris drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Screen by Capella. Gordon the pass to Harden. Ariza outside. Capella with a screen on Porter. Back to Harden. Harden draws the double. Here's Capella and the dunk by Capella.
Hey, he's not going to mess that one up. Capella, when he's that close, count it.
And Wall kicks to Porter. Morris with the screen for Porter. Over Ariza. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his first bucket in this one.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands.
Yeah, and even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fellas.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Washington out in front. They're up by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Bradley, good flow and good pace in the first half. Exactly the guys you want to play. What's going right?
Just open looks and being aggressive. We were able to get to the basket a few times. The guys are knocking down open shots when we had the opportunity to. I mean, the shots are actually falling tonight, so that's all it is.
They love to see it when your shots go in. Thanks, Bradley. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. But they were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Here's Ariza. Taking a look at the Wizards. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2, Porter the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at point guard.
You know, one of the great strengths of Coach D'Antoni, to me, Kevin, is he really gives his players a lot of confidence. And his philosophy really clicks with players. They're comfortable playing for him. They know their responsibilities, and they play hard for D'Antoni.
Clock at 4. Here's Gortat, fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And to what you said about Mike D'Antoni, he sees his players and asks, what can they do, instead of what can't you do?
And, you know, he's had a lot of success last season, elevating the Rockets and winning Coach of the Year in the process.
One shot.
That free throw good from Gortat.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
And it's Gordon missing. Washington leading now by 5. The drive by Beal. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Ariza's got 14 points.
And I like Capella doing whatever he can to help his team succeed, and setting screens is part of that.
Porter dishes the Wall. Morris a screen, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Harden outside, and they're unable to get the tying basket there. And Beal kicks the Wall. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
The first one falls.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Rockets trail by 5. On the wing, Harden. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Porter in the corner. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Porter's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Another miss by Houston.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Rockets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Ariza passes to Gordon. Back to Ariza. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Poise is so important for any player, but Ariza demonstrating poise when he's in the paint, looking to score.
Morris with the screen for Wall. Ariza against Porter. Here's Morris. The 15-footer. Good. Morris has got 12 points in the game.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Capella with a screen on Gortat. Here's Tucker. Gortat with the block. Here's Wall. It's stolen by Capella. Ariza against Porter. Ariza kicks it to Tucker. Back to Ariza. Dishes it to Gordon. To the wing on the left. Tucker with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. From 6 away. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Johnson, he's checked in for Houston. And then for Washington, Oubre's checked in for Porter. Satoransky comes in for Bradley Beal. And it's Frazier in for John Wall.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
Harden kicks to Johnson. Tipped away. Here is Harden. 15 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. A shot by Johnson, no good. Frazier kicks to Satoransky. On the wing, Morris. He's guarded by Johnson. Beyond the arc. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Oubre. 15 points for Markieff Morris.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Here's Gordon. Harden outside. Screen by Capella. Ariza right side. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Ariza's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Got to respect the long-range shooting of Ariza now. A capable shooter from downtown. Watch out.
Here's the screen. There's a screen by Gortat. Kicks to Oubre. Shot clock at 5. And it's off from three-point range. Rockets trail by 7. Ariza dishes to Harden. Capella with a screen on Frazier. Harden can't hit.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Satoransky kicks to Frazier. There's a screen by Gortat. Pass to Satoransky. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Satoransky's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Ariza outside. Outside Gordon. Fires the 3. Oubre pulls it in.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Right wing. Morris a screen. Shoots from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And it's an 11-point Washington lead. Houston's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Harden. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
He throw good, James Harden. And here's Wall. 9 points in the game so far. The pass to Satoransky. Oubre with it. Outside, Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Satoransky, the pass to Wall. Buries the long-range jumper. Wall's got 12 in the game.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
He dishes it to Oubre. Mahimi's shot is good. He has 6.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Now Green, he's got 14. Inside, there it goes, it's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Anderson. Wizards have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Ryan Anderson was a free agent before coming to the Rockets. When he was meeting with teams, he saw all the open looks that Houston players were getting from outside, and he wanted to be a part of that. Worked out pretty well, I think, for him.
I don't think you can deny that at all. I mean, perfect hand in glove is what this fit was for Anderson, and he knew that. The way Houston plays, perfect for what Ryan Anderson brings to the table. He's great from the corner or wing and is deadly as a shooter when he has space.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Rockets have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Harden hits them both. Here's Satoransky. He's got 6. Outside, Wall. Now the feed to Scott. This one for 3. He can't hit that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. It's Harden with the drive and the rejection by Mahinmi. Here's Wall. Again, the miss by Wall. Rockets trail by 9. And stolen by Scott. Now here's Oubre. He's got 14. He feeds it to Wall. Here's Satoransky. He kicks to Oubre. And here's Wall outside. Good on the triple. Wall's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
The Rockets shooting 43% from the floor. Wall against Harden. Amute, a screen on Wall. Here's Johnson. Good, and a screen picking up the assist.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Wall dishes to Oubre. Pass to Scott, out left to the wing. Oubre kicks to Wall. 5 to shoot. Mbah a Moute with the steal. Outside, Green. There's the dish to Harden. Feeds to Johnson. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Satoransky. That's good from Johnson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Scott kicks to Wall. Over Anderson. Wall missing again. Rockets trail by 7. Johnson in the corner. Off target with his 3.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Anderson, a screen on Porter. Shoots off the step back. It's good. And that's now 7 points for Joe Johnson.
And that jumper of Johnson is pure. I mean, doesn't pay the defense any mind, even when they're right up on it.
Wall against Harden, and a wide open look for Porter. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Wall against Harden. Passes it to Mbah a Moute. No good on the 3. John Wall getting it done for Washington. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play getting started. Wizards leading by 7. Anderson is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Harden. Then it's Mbah a Moute. And it's Green in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. 11 feet away. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And Mbah a Moute has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Rockets. And here is Beal. Outside, Scott dishes at the Wall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wall's got 10 points in just the second half.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. The Rockets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Gortat's checked in for Washington. The Wizards with the lead. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And Beal kicks to Wall. On the wing, Scott. Outside, Wall. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy knows how to get it done. He knows what he's doing out there. A nice job from the 3-point line this half.
Gordon kicks to Harden. Gordon with it. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And Anderson is a committed screener. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but to set a good screen, you've got to be intentional about it.
Scott with a screen on Harden. Outside, Beal. Scott kicks to Porter. 6 to shoot. There's a screen. There's Beal with the 3. They get it back. Scott, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on James Harden.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Two shots.
He's off on the first.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
So for the Rockets, Clint Capella comes in for Ryan Anderson, and Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Mbah a Moute. And he's good on the second. Rockets trail by 9. To the wing right side. A nice shot by Tucker.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
On the wing, Porter. Ariza covering. Back to Beal. It's tipped. Stolen by Gordon. Jumps up. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it, Kevin and Greg. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Gortat, the pass to Beal. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Beal. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Harden kicks to Gordon. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's now 9 points for Eric Gordon.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Here's Wall. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And Wall, just a talented offensive player, someone who lights up the shot chart from just about every area.
Gordon with it. Now Beal defending. Capella sends a screen for Ariza to the inside. He used that pick to get in close. And it's 8 points for Clint Capella.
Nice recognition that time from Capella, aggressively rolling to the bucket after setting the screen.
Wall against Harden. Wall, no luck. Rockets trail by 3. Harden dishes to Tucker to tie it up. Harden, no good.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Now Wall. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
They get it back. Morris passes to Gortat. Good D by Ariza.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Sinks the triple.
Man, I love how easily Harden fills it up. Scores in so many ways, making it look easy.
Now here's Wall. To stop the run. The putback. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And it's Ariza in the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Now it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Gortat. Wizards passing it around. Morris. And Capella sends it back. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Gordon against Beal. Morris with a screen on Gordon. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Bradley Beal.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. There's a screen by Gortat. Beal dishes to Gortat. Outside, Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Porter with the 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Houston leading by 3. And it's Ariza in the corner. But they'll get another chance. Harden the pass to Capella. Ariza outside. Kicks to Harden. Capella with a screen on Wall. Gortat with the steal. Here's Porter. Wide open shot is on the money. And now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
There's Gordon with the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Gordon's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Rockets. To the middle, and finished off by Beal.
Oh, nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself or create for a teammate.
Harden draws the double. Capella kicks to Gordon. And another 3 for Houston.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
To the paint, stolen by Tucker. Ariza has the open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Ariza's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Houston.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Porter. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Ariza. In the corner, Harden. Down low. Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And again, Washington no good. Houston leading by 8. A shot by Ariza. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
And we know Ariza can get cooking in no time. Once he drains a couple, he's in the zone.
Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Wall, and good, he nails it. Wall's got 9 points now in the quarter. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Gordon kicks to Harden. Clock at 4. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards trail by 8. On the wing, Porter. Morris with the screen for Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Ariza outside. And another 3 for Houston.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Here's Wall. Makes it off the glass. Wall's got 26 points.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Here's Harden. Feeds it to Capella. Kicks it out to Gordon. Capella with a screen on Beal. Beal against Gordon. Pass to Tucker. Harden outside. Capella with a screen on Wall. The 3 from Harden. Kicks it out to Gordon. Harden outside. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. Joe, congrats on the win. A lot of back and forth tonight, some good runs on both sides. How did you guys finally take control?
We just picked up our energy and effort. You know, we was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Great job, Joe. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.